Welcome back to this edition of Jacksonville University's The Dolphin Channel News. I'm Selita Gorman.
And I'm David Cotton, bringing you news from around JU's campus and the community.
As students arrive for the new semester, JU finds itself in the spotlight. After a woman was kidnapped and sexually battered earlier last month, public safety utilizes JU's new text alert system. According to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, the suspect approached the woman with a gun on Arlington Expressway and Cesare Boulevard, forcing her inside the car. He then took the victim to a wooded area by the Marine Science Research Institute. After he sexually battered the woman, the attacker left. JSO reports that the suspect was identified and arrested. Ronald J. Malloy has been charged with armed sexual battery. Neither suspect nor victim was affiliated with the university. A new semester at JU brings students from all around the world, many of whom have never had the burden of dealing with hurricane preparedness. Reporter Adam Jordan explains how to prepare in the event of approaching storm.
Every year, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration puts out a forecast predicting the number of named tropical systems. In 2012, the organization predicts over 15 storms, with 5 to 8 of those being hurricanes, with winds over 74 miles per hour. The lasting threat of hurricane season forces Dean Brian Coker and the Office of Student Life to keep an action plan on hand.
We have an emergency preparedness plan that includes hurricanes, and it's really administered by an emergency preparedness team. We encourage as many students as can safely leave to leave campus. Now, obviously not everyone can leave, and for that population, what we do is we house everyone in O-Call. We've got the ability with a generator to provide a certain number of days of food in Oak, depending on the supply that Sodexo has on hand, and we have waves there and the ability to cook there.
Experts recommend that you have a hurricane survival kit containing non-perishable food items, something such as soups or canned goods with a high liquid content. Avoid the salt to avoid dehydration. They also recommend you have 1 gallon of water per person per day.
A complete 3-day survival kit costs less than $50. And now it's time for sports. David Cotton brings us the latest updates on our Dolphins.
Thanks, Salita. Football had a long opening Saturday as they got blown out 58-0 against Georgia Southern on the road. It's the first time JU's been shut out of a game since September 2009. As for their opponents, the Eagles failed to complete a pass but rushed for 557 yards. JU continued their road trip, taking on Charleston Southern, winning 31-10. They'll open up the regular season at home against Weber International on the 15th. Construction is underway for the Southern Oaks Soccer Stadium. Men's and women's soccer seasons are in full swing as their new stadium is under renovations. During the past few weeks, old bleachers were ripped out and replaced with concrete. When renovations finish, the stadium will contain 500 permanent seats, professional-style dugouts, a new press box, and a luxury VIP suite. As for now, fans are encouraged to bring their own chairs and sit on the east side of the field. The stadium is scheduled to be completed on time for this time next season. While construction continues this fall, the men's soccer team embarks on a new era. This season marks the first for new head coach Ryan Pratt. The former VCU assistant coach and UAB grad spent 9 seasons as the head coach at the University of Montevallo. He's not the only new face. For 2012, the men's soccer team returned only 9 players from last year. New head coach Ryan Pratt has yet to win at home this season. The Dolphins are 0-4 and have been outscored 6-1, including a 3-0 loss to FAU. Their only goal came in a 2-1 loss to Siena. Next, the men go down to Central Florida to face Stetson and UCF. The women also had a rough start to 2012, starting the season 1-3-1. Their only goal against FAU was enough for their only win of the season. They went 0-2 this past weekend, including a 2-1 loss to Navy and a tie in double overtime against Georgia Southern. The Dolphins go on the road to face Presbyterian and Furman up next. The Dolphins volleyball team started the season 0-6, losing in 3 straight sets in back-to-back games. They've been outscored 18-4 under first-year head coach Michelle Collier. The Dolphins start with 13 straight road games before coming home on the 28th to take on UNF at Swisher Gym. Remember to catch all of your home games on asun.tv free of charge for all JU fans.
Thank you, David. Sodexo features a new menu for Nellie's. As the semester brings changes to campus, Nellie's trades an old menu for a new one, providing variety for students. In addition to an electronic menu, Nellie's now offers fruit smoothies and a new food option such as the BLT quesadilla and Cajun nachos. Now, students have the option to create their own garden salads, including various ingredients free for selection. New arrivals to the menu introduce an array of national and international dining options to students and faculty. With numerous additions to campus, Dolphin Productions would not be outmatched, bringing Cartel to the stage. Reporter Ethan Wellhausen takes us behind the scenes.
A recent addition to the Dolphin Green, the Larry Shulman Amphitheater, brings the bands Cartel and We Still Dream to perform on the waterfront as part of the opening ceremonies.
Acting as part of the Week of Welcome, the band We Still Dream opened for the headliner Cartel. These bands gave punk rock fans the opportunity to listen and experience the first concert at Jacksonville University on the amphitheater. Cartel's own Will Pugh gave an inside look at their passion for music.
When you're in the studio, just like writing it and doing stuff like that, it's one thing because you're the one who's experiencing it, but to be able to turn that around and actually play it for people and have a reaction, like that's the cool part about being in a band, is being able to actually have that interaction with the music all at once. Seeing people sing along is awesome too. It's always nice when they know the lyrics.
Staying appreciative to the fans, Cartel knows the importance of a strong following.
We self-release our records now, so it's 100% on the fans to support us, and we literally couldn't do it without them. Not one of those throw-off phrases that people will say, we couldn't do it without you, but our label does it. We really couldn't do it without them, so we really appreciate it.
During the 2-hour span, the bands kept the energy going and the students and faculty pumped, attracting over 300 viewers throughout campus.
Cartel recently released their new album, In Stereo. 12 local artists have been selected for a citywide highway gallery exhibit, turning Jacksonville into a public art experiment. With over 300 submissions from more than 100 local artists, the Florida Mining Gallery and Clear Channel Outdoor announced their highway exhibit finalists last month. For successor and JU graduate Jesse Brantman, hard work finally pays off.
One of my professors emailed me and told me that they extended the deadline, and so I just submitted the work and I was hopeful. The work was based on micro-expressions, which is the involuntary expressions produced whenever you experience any kind of emotion. So it's usually like around 1/30th of a second involuntary expression that you really need to anticipate to capture. The basis for the work is I provoke the emotion and then capture it with studio lighting and heavy post-editing.
The Highway Gallery is a month-long exhibit featuring 15 Clear Channel digital billboards around town. The large-scale art experiment seeks to challenge and engage community with local contemporary art. Stay in the loop by knowing the activities around campus. It's time to flip back to the 50s. September 24th through the 29th will be homecoming.
Flag football, softball, and volleyball intramurals begin on September 14th with applications due on the 7th.
Applications for Green Key must be turned in by September 14th. Those interested, please see Dr. Karen Jackson. That's going to do it for this edition of Jacksonville University's The Dolphin Channel News. You can find more of our award-winning work on our website at tv.ju.edu or on our YouTube under The Dolphin Channel. Also, you can follow The Dolphin Channel on Facebook. I'm Selita Gorman.
And I'm David Caughton. From all of us here at the Dolphin Channel News, thanks for watching and have a great day.